So then Sasori jumps down and starts lining up his shapes like he in kindergarten, before he turned this one into a pyramid and starts spinning it like a Beyblade, sending it right to Sakura, making her have to jump out of there and go floating back, as Sasori follows it up with this dang skyscraper getting dodged again. And then we see the Beyblade start flying towards her, giving her no choice but to smack bro, sending it booming to the ground. And I don't know if this girl made out of vibranium or what, cause super punching a block of iron and not getting the SpongeBob treatment on your hand is crazy. This had to be what it was like when somebody punched me in my stomach back in my prom. But Sasori is still not done, as he sends back the skyscraper, making Sakura jump back and kick this thing straight into the crust of the cave. And once again, I don't know how she did that without turning into Paul George. But we move. So she gets down in track position and Sasori just readies up, pulling it back down over her, making her have to jump up right as the pyramid comes spinning in, making Chio yank her over, setting her up for another punch, knocking it away, making the whole cave about dang collapse. Like, golly, bruh, switch it up. No way, bro's whole bag is yanking shapes back and forth. This is not Geometry Dash. This is a bad look for the Akatsuki, I'm not gonna lie. But instead, we see Sakura pushing it again, making the roof start to crumble. So Chio saves her, just for Sasori to, you guessed it, send him in again. And I guess the animators was tired of it too. They didn't even show us what happened this time. This is what it was like back in 2018, watching the Cavs play the Warriors for the 16th time in a row. I would have skipped that jump too. But at this point, Sakura might as well be related to Itachi, cause she looked like she fighting for her life with some deep ass breasts. And I guess Sasori saw it too, because he starts spamming, giving us a Sakura dodging montage like it's a Demon Slayer training arc. Till we see Chio back here glazing Tsunade, leading us to a flashback, and y'all know I do not blame her. I'd be glazing Tsunade too. But then we see Sakura go running in about catching the Obito treatment, except she jump out of there, leading us into the same old Sasori throwing giant shape that Sakura punches trope. Yeah, we get it, but... So instead, I'm gonna show y'all something actually entertaining. Tsunade running in and hitting Sakura with a nasty Plan B punch to the stomach, sending her little ass flying back into a tree, trying to get the 10-10 treatment. And now look at her, down on the ground twitching like she Kodak on a live stream. But then Tsunade start frying her, and we go back to Sakura with the noggin showing. Good lord, we could probably play full court on that jump. Maybe even watch a movie, play some tic-tac-toe, use her forehead like a drum and make some beeps. About damn anything we want. But then we go back to Sasori radiating up again before combining the shapes as the Kazekage puppet starts to charge. Then we look up to see bro making a whole nervous system of sand, leaving Sakura down here terrified. And I'm not gonna lie, this how I know I be on Twitter too much, cause look at this frame, bro. I know I'm not the only one. Right, but then Chio yanks her out of there just for her to land and hit the why yada before he sent another one that booms into the ground, sending dust everywhere, and unfortunately leaving Granny Chio trapped under a rock. My boy Obito really is an inspiration. But then we see something boom as Sakura just stands there, shoulders cut up, leaking hot sauce as she hits the Vegeta. But to make it worse, then we get a flashback, and we all know what that means. Because we find out Sakura done got hit with the poison, meaning that this is all but over, as she falls to her knees and then face plants into the ground, leaving her down there twisting again, just like the good old days. And man, it was a solid run. Honestly, you had a good career, but it wasn't a great one. First 1v1 fight we see that's not Ino's trash ass, and it's an L. Kishimoto really did her dirty, man. It's a real shame. But Sasori do not care. Instead of waiting the 3 days till the poison run its course, he says he's finna finish her off now, as he sends in the Kazekage, bringing out a blade just for Sakura to rock his shit, shattering bro into pieces and sending his head rolling like he caught that brotherly love clothesline, as Sakura just stand there holding the pose. Yes sir, I never lost faith in the student of the GOAT. I knew she had too much dog to get done like that by some sin. Like, imagine losing to sand, bro. And speaking of, we see it all start to fall apart as Sakura jumps over to Chio and yeets the rock out of there with one arm too, already making Kakashi look bad. As we find out that whenever Sakura was healing Kakuro's trash ass, she decided to go ahead and make an antidote for the poison. Because I mean, why not? But it only lasts for about 3 minutes, which is like a whole 2 minutes more than what I be needing. And there's only one left that she wants to give to Chio.
Why?
But like, she 2 weeks away from the Holy Ghost anyway, so you might as well keep it. But anyway, then she looks back, asking Chio if she ready for round 3, and her old ass locks back in, giving us the face off. until Sasori starts stripping and we see his own puppet body equipped with infinite guts laced in Cardi B's secret weapon and these fat blades looking like he finna transform into a helicopter as he just stares into these girls' souls. Bro is really pressed because Sakura found the password to his poison. He low-key giving me school threat vibes before he starts raising his arms, shooting a barrel out his hand before loading up and shooting fire at both of them. Like, what kind of psychopath makes a custom puppet with flamethrowers? I just know he saw this tweet and immediately got to work. But they both go hiding behind rocks, making this lunatic just blast again, holding down that R2 button, trying to turn this bit into the nether before he finally stops, making Sakura waste no time, pulling out a kunai and hitting a whole twist flip just to throw the kunai and get to the other side, wasting her ultimate attack 3 seconds into the fight. And to make it worse, the kunai just melts anyway. But I can't even say nothing, because if that was May, shit, I'd be melting too. But then Granny Chio hits a whole back layout showing off some crazy flexibility to go hide behind another rock till he stops again and they both go jump into the middle to come up with a plan. If only they had some water, because this bag is trash. But they go jumping up and Chio catches that Hidan treatment, instantly getting roasted. Except it was just a rock. Before we see her picking up the Kazekage head and charging in with it, making Sasori just disintegrate, bro. This must be what it's like walking in the bathroom after Sweetie. I don't know how she ain't imploded by now. But then of course, he just starts spamming even more fire while they keep camping behind the rocks until he runs out and we see one of the scrolls on his back disappear. Interesting. As Sakura says, they only got 1 more minute till that antidote is done. No Travis Scott. But even so, Sasori just loads up again and starts spraying water, and with some crazy pressure too, as it starts tearing through the rock, making Sakura have to jump up out of there. And even then, her ass was still lucky, because then Sasori goes running, twisting his hand, turning the water into a damn laser. They go slicing through the cave in a literal cloud. Like, yo, what the f is wrong with bro? And how did he even make this? Bro just popped a cloud like a balloon with some water, and I'm supposed to just keep on going on with my day? Wait, hold on. Ain't clouds made of water? Alright, bro, this like putting out fire with fire. You got it again. But this man is just dancing with it, swinging it back and forth, cutting up everything in sight until eventually that scroll disappears too, leaving bro looking legitimately insane. He really crashing out over an antidote. I cannot believe this. Until he starts spazzing and going limp like he nervous on his first time, before shooting out this crazy looking thing from his stomach, going right into Sakura, tearing her side up. No Ryan Garcia, as it lashes into the ground, letting Sasori come flying into Chio, making Sakura have to force herself to get up, looking exhausted, before she starts trying to run in but leaks out more hot sauce, and yet she still go running in to save this old lady. You gotta respect it. So as Sasori's flying, the cable starts tweaking, cause this girl Sakura is back here yanking it like bro don't got infinite guts. It's like messing with Tiana, bro. She not feeling it. So as he gets closer to Chio, she keeps pulling, and he stops right in front of her with an empty stomach before turning around to Sakura hitting us with the scorpion. And she starts yanking bro, pulling him right into a diabolical punch, knocking out his core and shattering this thing. Like, oh my gosh, he's tough. I'm sorry, but this is dead ass like a top Sakura moment in this series, bro. Like, did y'all hear how it sounded when she told bro to get over here? And then you really think about the fact she only had 3 seconds to end the fight before the antidote wore off. Chills, bro. Chills. As she literally arches this man over a rock like she finna, and just look at her, man. Just as happy as can be. I love this for her. Especially after how they did her in part 1. This was only right. They even got the sunlight hitting like this the end of the series. You think she just be modern or something. But then she goes walking over to Chio, probably to get her celebratory hug, until... Man, ain't no fucking way, bro, after all of that! Man, I should have known, bro. He is a literal puppet, but still, it's gotta be something they can do. As you see the core go back into his chest and uses some kind of wizardry putting his body back together, making Sakura hit a crazy turnaround. I only ever saw her this shook versus Kaguya, until eventually, he's back like he never even left, leaving this girl completely bamboozled, giving Chio no choice but to snatch up that arm and reattach it, because now is when the real fight starts. And Sakura looks back like, bitch, what the fuck? You did not tell me bro had self-revives. Until Chio starts grabbing a scroll out of her bag and throwing it out. As we go back to see 10 puppets posted up looking like some damn 2B Avengers who are actually the masterpieces of the first puppet master. But like,
we done with the 90s.
Don't nobody care about these old ass puppies. The whole league can do whatever these so-called masterpieces can do anyway. So then we see Sasori pull out his third scroll, opening it in the air. As Sakura and Chiyo looks on speechless at the 100 puppets this man spawned in, that he says took out an entire nation. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Sakura, leave! I'm sorry, but this is not looking like a right hook solvable problem, unless your last name is Uchiha. But instead, she goes running and sliding in front of Chio while trying to heal up. Except Chio tells her to just let him run the ones right quick since the antidote wore off. But the dog in Sakura was not going for that. She had so much aura right here, Chio hair started blowing in the wind with these curtains on the window as cut. But then Sasori starts tweaking before all the puppets go flying in, giving Chio no choice but to send in this dynamic duo who ends up cutting this one's head off and goes slicing through about 20 more with absolutely zero difficulty. They should have invited her ass to the Akatsuki instead of Sasori, because this is crazy. But what's even crazier is the work that Sakura's putting in. Oh my gosh, I ain't ever see her move like that. Got me sitting back watching like Tsunade must have gave her some moderate DNA or something, cause she moving kinda crazy. So then Chio sends in a group that destroys Sasori front line and eviscerates his puppet's guts, giving bro the Ichigo treatment, as it also packs up like 10 more with his buy one get one free ass dreads, before she sent in another one that slices clean through bro, before jumping into another's face, giving him the treatment I be wanting from, before she just decapitates them all, leading to Chio making a cheerleading routine with 3 more that stand off against about 30, looking like 2008 John Cena and Randy Orton, until they start sucking crazy, literally snatching their bodies apart like it's just another day in the bedroom, as we go back to Sakura tired as she sit back watching this puppet put in work, with all these others sitting back waiting to get a piece, treating her like Lily Phillips. But Sakura actually got brain cells, so she realizes taking all these dudes on like this is not gonna work. But not gonna lie, they been going crazy, so she might be tripping. Till she gets pressed by 4 of them, making her dip, just to get pressed again by some 10-10 level attacks. They knew that jump wasn't finna work. But she just backflips to the end of a little tunnel as the puppets come flying in and getting stuck like some dumbasses. But I can't even blame them, because Sasori trash ass is the one controlling them. Like, you can literally make these dudes about damn fly, and yet you still try to squeeze them all in here, just fiending for this 15-year-old. Meanwhile though, we see the cheerleading squad from earlier don't got no more space to suck up these puppets, leaving them wide open for a group of them just flying down and booming into the ground around them. They saw a whole squadron above them and still held formation. You gotta respect it. But then we see Sakura come running out stiff as hell, yeeting this arm as this puppet runs into, getting obliterated by her. Oh my god, what did bro think he was finna do? No cap, I would have folded bro, and I'm like 95 MJ, straight rust. But that's when we zoom out to see this puppet up here still going crazy before one goes darting at Sakura, making Chio have to send in a puppet that hits this thing with a Sasuke combo. What the fuck? Who taught bro that? No way they had cameras set up in the final valley. That's kind of crazy. They was out here leaking the tape trying to be like the Warriors. Shout out Jordan Poole. He even added something new with this last punch. Just look at the form. So now Chio start using her 35 IQ to analyze the fight so far, until she get caught lacking and cut on her arm before utterly violating the puppet that did it. Which makes it even crazier that she got blitzed like that when bro got the reaction time of flight after his mid-recording break. But she still ends up saying she go thug it out like a real OG, giving Sakura no choice but to lock in as she goes running to the puppets, even getting 2 bodyguards that keep working these NPCs. Like, I'm not gonna lie, put Ino and Shikamaru against them and they are getting packed. But Sakura hits a beautiful dodge into a nasty kick as another puppet pulls up, giving her a seal, distracting her as a group pulls up over her, trying to do her like Toby Ramen brother. And speaking of, is bro on the right even in Uchiha? Or is he jumping a 9-year-old for the love of the game? But anyway, she ends up dodging about 10 swords. They were trying to get her black before she jumps off of them, leaving this puppet to catch the Jiraiya treatment. But then she goes running right at Sasori before launching the seal. Got it looking like a super fastball as something goes booming in the cave. But were Sakura and Chiyo able to get him? Did Sasori escape just in time? Find out next time on... No, I'm just playing. We go back in to Sasori stuck on the wall like a fat head, and Sakura down here out of breath, but relieved that it is finally over. Until Granny Chio falls to her knees, tweaking off that Sasori juice, making Sakura go running over. Just for this guy Sasori to start rising up like the damn Undertaker because he moved his core from his last puppet to this one. And now it's looking like that girl Sakura is finished because she has no idea. As Chio slowly turns around to her arms stretched out as Sasori goes for the finisher, splattering onto Chio as Sakura starts to leak because now she's dark. And what a terrible way to go out, man. They already done beat bro like twice, but they just had to keep giving bro self revives. That shit is so weak, bro, cause they been cooking this man the whole time. But even with the sword in her guts, Sakura is still worried about Chio, while Sasori looking like somebody who trying to give candy to kids, and not in a good way. But even in this situation, Sakura is still able to stop the leakage, and even tells Chio to take the antidote, which is very commendable. Stupid, but commendable. So Chio opens it up and stab it into Sakura's leg like an EpiPen, showing off her actual brain cells, unlike this duck, before she collapses to the ground. Then we see Sasori twist off his own arm, revealing a built-in sword as he jumps back since he's too scared to box. And it's also kind of crazy how much bro has customized himself. I know he dropped a bag at Los Santos, but then he goes running right back in till we see Chio move, sending 2 puppets straight into Sasori's court. And we see it's none other than his mom and his dad, as they even seal him in place, meaning that now it is finally over.